Hey everybody, James Davenport, editor with PC Gamer here.
Yeah, even though it's out May 25th, we still haven't played Biomutant. But during a short preview event, we did get a closer look at some of its wild customization options, RPG systems, and learned how we'll explore the dangerous biomes in its massive open world. And yeah, Biomutant looks rad, but it always has in its rare piecemeal trailers over the last couple of years. We've still yet to see how everything comes together and feels in the hands. Keep that in mind throughout the rest of the preview. I haven't played any of this. I'm a bit concerned, cautiously, that we haven't played it, especially because it's only a few weeks out. But one thing is clear, as long as Biomutant is baseline functional, stat tinkerers are really gonna dig it.
Says strangers with an attitude should be careful.
So from the character creation to weapon and armor customization systems, Biomutant is leaning heavily into letting you screw with how everything looks and works, while directly integrating the style with some substance. So for instance, and this has been known, but your stats determine what your characters look like. And we can see it in action here. Spec out a tough guy and your mutant will have adorable, tiny, big shoulders. And as you play and change those stats, so too will your little guy. And to ensure no two mutants look exactly alike, you can also reseed your DNA strands, which apparently change to what degree stats affect your physiology. Some subtle tweaking of the levers and pulleys that inflate your furry little role-playing animal balloon. Fun. And your mutants look will probably change significantly too. So classes aren't fixed, they're just starting loadouts. All skills and loot can be unlocked or found and equipped by any character. I'd have more feelings about the open approach if I could play Biomutant myself or comprehend the combat at all. The action looks pretty wild, a little janky and noisy, and it's difficult to tell what makes each character build distinct besides the gear they're using. From what I can tell, it looks like a jittery Devil May Cry, a combination of combo-based melee combat and simple weapon peppering with some pretty basic elemental strengths and weaknesses layered in. I love the variety in enemy design, and I'm intrigued that I can't parse what the hell's happening moment to moment, but I'm also worried that it's not going to be interesting or varied enough to hold up across an entire open world game. Will gear and stats and enemy design fundamentally change how combat feels throughout Biomutant, or will it just move around some variables behind the glass? I really hope all that customization isn't just superficial. Let me try it already, is what I'm saying. Elemental resistances matter a lot in exploration, at least. Progression in Biomutant is largely tied to how long you can survive in its more dangerous environments, each radiating with their own deadly energies or gases.
There's a lot on the line here. This area is biocontaminated. It's really hazardous.
And besides the innate resistance you bake into your character from the start, you'll need to seek out gear with resistances to enable travel in every biome, to get even better gear, and to defeat bosses, so on and so forth. Don't let your limitations stop you though. Apparently you can go anywhere in the world after about 30 minutes, even radiated zones, though you won't necessarily survive long. A timer will tick down to let you know when you're gonna croak, but you might survive long enough to get in and out with some higher level loot. And I'm into that kind of risky incentive. You know people are gonna break the game right away, it's great. Loot is as customizable as anything else, and to a comical degree. You can make melee weapons out of just about any material, though it's unclear how you'll find all this junk and manage it. But here's a couple variations of a hammer or club, whatever you'd categorize a safe door as, with handles ranging from a carrot to a phone to a walking stick. It's ridiculous. Each component comes with stats too, associated with whatever material they're made of, sometimes very loosely associated. I suppose metal is frigid to the touch, and that's enough to imbue this thing with some freezing damage. Guns are also volatile little Lego sets you build out between 6 component slots, including scopes, magazines, barrels, stocks, and so on. And it all sounds lovely, and I'm big on the idea of building out weapons with odd behaviors, looks, and stats, but we still don't know the breadth here. That near infinite variation is enticing, and you know I'm gonna make the most clownish looking gun ever conceived, but how much of that variation is meaningful? How much will genuinely change how a weapon behaves? That's what I wanna know. I also don't get the sense that story is a big priority here, though I'm really hoping for some subtle, cohesive world building baked into the exploration. You know, I have to have a reason for adventuring besides pretty colors, and I haven't seen much of a hook in what Biomutants showed quite yet. The narration is cute, translating mutant gibberish with a storybook British accent, and I love the odd character designs, particularly Soul, who I feel a deep spiritual connection with already. That little crown.
Says life is like a library. There are more books than you can read in one go, so you have to pick. The choices you make tell us who you are.
But for all its surface level vibrance and charm, Biomutant still feels like a big mystery a few weeks from release. I see nothing but grand ideas and its lovely vistas, bizarre creatures, and deep customization systems. Let's just hope there's some meat on its colorful bones.